All right, so this is gonna be part 2 to my previous video, which should have been the building the DIY camera mount vlog video. So today's video is gonna be all about building the isolation plate, possibly getting it painted black, and then I have the mount for the Ronin that's gonna go on the isolation plate in the mail. So I'm not really sure when that's gonna come, but so for today, we're gonna run to the hardware store. We're gonna focus on getting the materials for the isolation plate, and we're gonna try to make that. I have a pretty good idea of how I wanna make it. I'll explain that to you guys a little bit, but let's hit the road. All right, guys, just arrived back home from my errands. I went to Harbor Freight and then Menards. I just wanna run you through everything I got here. So I got myself an angle grinder and some cutoff wheels so I can cut my sheet metal myself. I don't want to bother Jackson anymore. He's already helped me enough. So I got my own set of that stuff. I got a cobalt drill bit to drill through the metal because normal drill bits can't do it that well, so I got that. This is all for the isolation plate then. So my plan is, so I got this 16 gauge piece of sheet metal, clear vinyl coated cable, and then these little cable brackets to mount it to this piece of metal here. So I'm gonna put in a photo right here of what an isolation plate looks like, a real one, and so you can kind of get an idea of how I'm gonna make mine. I'm basically just gonna cut this right down the middle in half and then use these to mount on all the corners, and then cable connecting the two plates together. Sadly, I found out that I did not get enough of these pieces. I only got enough to put 2 parts of the wire on each side, and I need 8 pieces of wire, which means I need 8 little brackets like this. I only got 6, so we'll have to run back to Menards eventually, but I am waiting on one last piece, which is the part that mounts the Ronin to that plate, and that's not going to be here until Tuesday, I believe. So yeah, it's going to be a second until we do that, but I will show you building the isolation plate. I'll probably do a part 3 as well, where I paint the whole thing and put the Ronin on top of, or on the bottom of it. I got my piece of metal here. I'm going to tape measure it out, mark it down the middle, cut that, and then I'm going to start marking the spots to connect the wire and these. I'll have to run to Menards and get some more of these in a couple days, but so we're going to get that done. I'll just set up the camera and have you guys watch me do that. I got the pieces of the metal split, sanded on either edge. Now I'm gonna drill the holes for the brackets that are gonna hold my cable to make that vibration plate possible. So we're gonna do 2 holes here, 2 holes here, 2 holes here, and 2 holes here. Like I said, I don't have enough of the brackets yet, but we'll just get all the holes done and get as many in as we can. All right, I have both plates fully drilled out with holes for the brackets. Now it's time to start sizing up the cable that we're gonna use to dumb down that vibration. I'm at a stopping point for tonight. Sadly, again, I'm gonna have to make a part 3 here. I ran out of the materials, but this is the last one that would go in here like this. I'm just missing 2 of those little brackets. I did add extra 2 holes in case it still vibrates a little too much and I need a little bit more stability in there. I can put 2 more cables on each side, or 1 more cable on each side, making it 6 all around. But I honestly think 4 is just gonna be enough. I'm putting it here and kind of bouncing it up and down. It seems like it'll take the vibration away very well, so I'm very happy with this. I just gotta say that I've spent about $200 on this whole thing, and buying one of these setups new is like $3,000, so I'm very pumped about that. In part 3, I will paint everything, finish the isolation plate, and by then the mount for the Ronin should have come, and that's going to be mounted right on the bottom here, and then on the top will be mounted right there, and then we'll throw it on the car, give it some test runs, and hopefully it doesn't fall off. That's my #1 fear, but I think it'll work fine. So I appreciate you guys watching as always, and we will see you in part 3.